Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brooke. This is Pages of Blessings. Today I have a bit of a life update and my current interests or pile of possibilities for March. Okay, this seems really weird to be back and filming a video for you all. It's been about a month probably. I don't know the exact time I posted my last video, but probably about a month. I am officially today 3 weeks postpartum, so baby girl's three weeks old today. I'm feeling so much better. For those of you that didn't see my last video or are new to my channel, I had to have a C-section 3 weeks ago for, to have my baby girl because she was breech. So I've been not posting the last few weeks for recovery and just really getting back into or creating a new rhythm in our home with now having 2 kiddos and just adjusting to a family of 4. I know lots of you are praying for us and I really appreciate that. Like, I definitely felt the prayers and just the peace surrounding her entire delivery, and our hospital stay was a night and day difference with my son. So I just really appreciate the prayers and the well wishes and all of the congratulations. It really means a lot. So I'm not sure what my posting schedule will be going forward. I'm going to try and film maybe 1 video a week is my goal, but life happened. March will be a testing period. We're still trying to figure things out. I'm still not getting a lot of sleep and my reading is, I haven't read. So that's, I guess, the next update is I had posted or had said I had 3 books that I wanted to read in February. I did not read any of them. Those are the first 3 that I'll talk about in this video. I probably didn't pick up a book after I filmed that video. So just a lot was going on and I just didn't have a lot of time to read. And then when I thought I was going to read with the baby, it just, life happened. So we haven't been reading, but I would like to get back into the swing of things and try to carve out some more time for reading during my day this month. So I have a pretty big pile. I'm not going to get to all these, but I think these are just the ones that are piquing my interest. And ones that I hope will help get me out of that slump. So we will jump into what books are right here. I had to quick pause the video or stop filming because there was a bug on my bed and needed to be dealt with. I give any of you credit who live in southern states and have lots of bugs all of the time. I am very thankful to live in Michigan where it is cold over half of the year and we do not have to deal with bugs. And then once it starts getting a little bit above freezing, the bugs come out and yeah, I don't do well. All right, so the first one, I'm not going to really give a synopsis of any of these first few because I've talked about them lots. Unknown Beloved, this was something I was supposed to read in January. Started it in January, did not finish it. Was supposed to finish in February, didn't touch it. So hopefully I will finish it. I was liking the storyline, but it is pretty dense. It's nearly 400 pages, so not the quickest read, but I really would like to get to this, and I'm supposed to be counting this for my Read Your Bookshelf challenge that Chantel's putting on. Clearly, I'm not reading the books of the month that you're supposed to, but I'm going to try to still get to the 12 prompts at some point in this year. So would like to finish this one, but it's almost due back at the library as well. I can't renew it. I try to renew it and it's been renewed too many times, so might have to figure something out. Might just have to buy it or something or find it used somewhere. The other one is Anne of Avonlea. I'm pretty sure the Anne series is middle grade for middle grade March. And I've read this one. I'm pretty sure I got through like 75% of it like a year ago, but I didn't finish it. So I'd like to just feel like this one would be an easy read to do this month since I've already read it, at least most of it. And I can check this off of my series that I need to complete. And then one I started yesterday is Authentically Izzy, another one that I was supposed to read in February and didn't. I'm liking it is somewhat so far. I mean, I've never read a book. I've read books that are written in like letters, or included letters, but this is like all in email. It just takes a little bit more of getting used to, like, you're not just reading like a narrative, like you're just constantly switching perspectives through emails. But it seems interesting, lighthearted enough, and something I thought would be easy to get through this month. So those are the 3 that have been on my TBRs the last couple months that just haven't gotten read that I would, again, like to get to this month. We will see. The rest I have here are all middle grade except one. So I'll go with the middle grade because I love middle grade March and it's something I've participated in. I think this would be my 3rd year participating. So these are all the middle grade ones that I'm currently interested in. And I'll actually start with this one because I'm listening to this one on audio. I'm about 2 hours into Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. This is really great. This is by, follows Sophie, and she discovers that she's an elf, which explains some of her unique talents and unique abilities. I'm really enjoying it. I'm very like intrigued because I want to know, I mean, I guess this isn't that big of a spoiler. I'm only like an hour into it, but like Sophie's only ever lived in the human world. And so right now she's like questioning, like, are her parents even her parents? And like, I want to know, are her parents her parents? How did she, an elf, get into the human world and not know she was an elf? So that is like, I'm very interested. This is a very well-loved series, something I'm hoping to read through. I think my goal is just to keep listening to them on audio and just work my way through the series. So this one's really good. Definitely getting read this month because it's on audio. All right. Next one is A Place to Hang the Moon. One I've been recommended a bunch. This is, this is by Kate Albus. And I believe it's like a take, or it's modeled after Chronicles of Narnia. It follows 3 kids. I'm pretty sure even one of the characters' names is the same. I'm pretty sure there's like an Edmund. Yeah, there's William, Edmund, and Anna. And they're sent out in the countryside. I'll just read the back. Set in England in the early days of World War II, 3 siblings search for a family who will keep them forever. And then I believe they have money, like a fortune, but they're not supposed to tell the people that they're living with about the fortune until like they find their forever family, and then they can tell them about the money because they don't want the money to have anything to do with why they get chosen by a family. But I've heard really, really great things about it. It's been recommended, again, to me a bunch. So high on my interest list, or interest level. So next we have Aggie Morton, Mystery Queen. This is The Body Under the Piano. This is by Marth Jocelyn, I believe. And from what I know, it's a mystery series. Aggie Morton is a like kid detective. She stumbles upon dead bodies a lot and kind of, but this is modeled after Agatha Christie's life, and I think a lot of the characters are based off of Agatha Christie characters as well. I mean, just looking, yeah, there's a Hector Poirot in this, which that's like a main detective in Agatha Christie's novels, so it's very much inspired by Agatha Christie, just a middle grade version. My last middle grade that I'm really interested in getting to this month is Until Tomorrow, Mr. Marsworth by Sheila O'Connor. I've talked about this in many videos, so I won't go into too much depth, but this is another epistolary novel, and it follows a young, what is her name? Reenie. I was gonna say Reenie, and I didn't. She's 11, and then it's letters between her and her neighbor, Mr. Marsworth, who's kind of like the neighborhood, like, you know, like that typical neighborhood older resident who everyone has like mixed feelings about or stories about because they're kind of recluse. That's the vibe I'm getting from this, but it takes place during Vietnam era. So that is a big discussion between them and just their bond and their letters back and forth. So now my last book that I'm hoping to get to is Until I Found You by Victoria Bylan. I've read this. This would be a reread for me. This is actually put out by Bethany Houses as a Christian fiction romance. I want to get to this because I remember really enjoying it, but it's probably been like 5 or 6 years since I've read it, and I don't want to recommend it as like a good romance until I've reread it. I don't remember like every little detail, like as far as it's a Christian fiction, so I'm assuming it's no spice, but I just want to, for the sake of you all, I just want to reread it and make sure my thoughts, like I'm still feel the same way about it as when I first read it, if that makes sense. This follows Kate Darby. She is heading into town, the small town, of course it's a small town, after her grandma suffers a stroke, I want to say, and so she's going to take care of her. And she ends up getting into an accident, and her car is like hanging off the edge of a cliff, and it's looking very grim until the wonderful Nick Sheridan shows up on the scene and rescues her from her car that is going to tumble to the bottom of the cliff. Obviously it's a romance, and who kind of can see where it's going with Nick showing up, you know, as a knight in shining armor, hopefully rescuing Kate Darby from the depths of this cliff. But what's really interesting about him is he's like a new Christian, and he also had made a vow to himself and to God to not date for a year. And that's when Kate shows up on the scene. So you get a really good look at his faith. And I don't believe Kate is a Christian at the time of their meeting, if I'm remembering correctly. So I think it's like you're following some very new faith, but then the grandma has some strong faith aspects. So again, this is also why I want to reread it, because I don't remember like these, like, I remember the overall story, but like the little details that actually make a big difference in recommending a Christian book, I'm kind of hazy on. So I want to have a little bit more information and give you guys more of a full and honest review and summary of it before I recommend it, because I haven't heard anyone on BookTube talk about this one, and I would love to add a new romance recommendation out there. So that kind of does it. I feel like this is like the first time I'm filming again. I'm feeling like a little like scared and jitterish with the camera. I apologize if this was a little bit more rambly and not as clean and polished as okay, let's be honest, my videos are not clean and polished, but less, this is a little bit more rambly and jittery, I guess you could say, than some of my other videos, but just slowly getting back into things. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to share or talk about. I don't think so. It's really helpful to make these videos because it gets me excited about reading. Like, talking about books inevitably just makes me more excited to read and to be able to keep talking about them. So I'm hoping this is like the kick in the butt I need to get back into my routines. It's just hard when you have a life change of any, you know, it doesn't have to be a baby, just a life change in general. It could be a new job or moving or something, and you just get thrown out of your routine. It takes a lot of effort to get back into a routine, and a lot of intentionality and just making it a priority. I mean, even just getting back into like my quiet time and Bible reading, and it's just hard when you're just living kind of in a little bit of a limbo, kind of not a set routine yet. I'm hoping I can get back to a good place this month. Some of you gave me some really good ideas for some videos. I asked for suggestions for this one. It seemed like March, like a update on life and family and TBR was the most requested, but I would love to do maybe like a Q&A at some point, and maybe categories of books I have on my shelf. I think that would be really fun. I have an entire bookcase downstairs. I've filmed in front of, but I've never like done a tour of that. I would love to just kind of show that maybe. So let me know your thoughts, what you are interested in seeing, and which book I showed that you guys are most interested in a review of, me reviewing, because that might help me narrow down what books to prioritize. Because I know I'm not going to get to all of these, but I mean, maybe I will. Maybe I'll just become like really engrossed in reading in the next 5 minutes and want to read every single book here. Highly doubt it, but let me know what you are dying for me to read and review, and I'll try to make that happen. That's it for this video. Thanks again for watching and for sticking around, and a big shout out to all of my new subscribers. I was pleasantly surprised to see that my subscriber count kept growing even in the month I wasn't posting. That was super exciting. So welcome if you're new, and would love for you to introduce yourself in the comments if you are new. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.